Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Grounded Conversations. For those who don't know, I'm Liv. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. We're actually getting into doing weekly episodes, which I don't think it's exactly a week. I think it's been like a week and a day. You know what? To start. So episodes should now, I think we're going to do every Monday. Yeah, just so I have time to sort everything out. We'll do every episode every Monday. But anyways, hello, welcome. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're having a great week, great time. Also, it's February now, which I mean, 2025, January's gone rapid. Because how are we already in February? And it's like February, gonna get this wrong. It's the 10th tomorrow, it's the 9th today. Like, it's gone really, really quick. And I feel like I'm reading a book at the moment that's like, I don't know what it's called, but basically every day it gives you kind of like a life tip and just advice. And because I do kind of keep forgetting to read a little bit every day, when I actually remember and sit down, I'm reading like 5 at a time. So it's going really quickly. But anyways, so carrying on from the series we started last week. This is lessons learned from 2024. So this one is about how people can be nice and not be your people, and just about friendships and that kind of stuff in general, and things that I've learned from my own experiences, especially during 2024 and previously. But I think 2024 definitely set these in for me, and especially even the past couple of weeks have given me some things to like think about and learn from. The big thing I want to talk about is, I feel like you've all probably felt it before, but when you feel left out by friends and the feeling of when you're surrounded by people and feel alone, and I honestly think it's the worst feeling ever. And I try to make sure when I can that the people I am around and I'm friends with all feel included and not feel left out, because it sucks. It's really, really shitty and awful when you're with, even if it's just two people, one person, just like with friends, and you feel left out and and it's just like, oh, I'm surrounded by loads of people, but I feel alone. And a lesson, not really a lesson, but something I've kind of just realised is that actually it's better to be alone and happy than have loads of friends and feel miserable and lonely. Which I know you're like, okay, but I still want friends, and I know that, but sorry, I completely get that. This is something like really close to me. Because honestly, when you have friends that I've had over the past year, I've been friends with people, and because I don't know if it's because I have like a couple of friend groups or what, but when one of my friend groups I'd asked, oh, are you guys free these dates? And they'd all said, no, we're not. Sorry, we can't make it those dates. Oh, we'll see. And then it came to that week when I'd asked if they were free, and they were all posting on the Instagram how they'd gone out and had done things, and I obviously hadn't been invited, and it was just like, well, I literally asked. Sorry, I thought my dad was there. It's like, I literally asked if you guys wanted to hang out, got told no, and then you guys all went off without me, and that hurts. Especially when you tried, because think as well, if you are a bit like, oh, I feel a bit left out, of like I'm not part of the group anymore, try and reach out to them. They might not realise, have a conversation and be like, look, I kind of feel like this. Is there a way for us to like move past this and carry on and just work around it? And then that's all you can do, really. If they're your friend and they really matter to you, try. Because try reach out, try talk to them. But with me, with the same friends on about just, this is this is where the lessons learned come in. So they'd gone out without me, and I was like, oh, okay, they might have just like, because one of them, I think, was like a festival, so I was about to get tickets for it. But I was like, okay, is all it is. I'll move past it. Then it happened again. Then it happened again after that, and I was like, well, actually, I don't want to be friends with people that don't think, oh, let's invite Liv. I want her here. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you want to be friends with people that don't think to invite you first? Like, I want my friends to be like, oh, this is really fun. Let's go invite so and so also. And I've done it with one of my friends before, an accident, where I met up with a couple of our other friends. Like, it wasn't planned by me. Then my friend reached out to me and was like, oh, I kind of feel left out because this and this. And we talked and we sorted it, and now everything's fine. So just think, if you do feel left out by your friends, reach out to them. But if it does keep happening, you're better to be alone and happy than with people that don't want to be your friends or people that don't like you that much. And honestly, it's their problem, not yours, because I'm sure you're amazing and a great person. And if they can't see how great and amazing you are, and if they're not thinking, I want them here, I want them at my party, I want them to come, I want to do like this with them, that with them. If they don't want to do that, honestly, go for it. You'll make new friends, promise. You'll be fine. And be your own best friend. Just being able to be alone and just like your own company is such a big thing as well, and it's such a hard thing to do as well, especially when I think it's very easy with all the stuff online and just live to really not like yourself and hate yourself. Obviously, if you kind of get used to your own company and work on liking you and loving you, then it's honestly really great. And that's another thing I'm working on at the moment, but we'll save that for another episode because that is honestly a work in progress. But right, I feel like I should address why my hair's wet. I literally just had a shower because, well, it's currently 7:15 at night, but I want to have a self-care night. So I just did a face mask with my little eye things as well. My eye mask. There we go. I just had, like before my shower, I did eye mask, a face mask, had a shower, lovely. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to go have a little live self-care night, read some of my books because I haven't been reading as much as I've wanted to in 2025. And considering, I've made a little 2025 bingo board, and considering on my bingo board is read 31 books, and I haven't read one yet, I think we need to get a move on. But anyways, back to what we were on about before. Another thing that does honestly really suck is friendship breakups. So you should all know what I mean by that, when you just stop being friends with people. And I know sometimes you drift, sometimes you have just like friends in your classes, and then when you move schools, you're just like, oh, we don't talk anymore. Fine, cool. They're still a great person. If they need anything, I'm here. Great. But then when you do feel left out by friends, when there's an argument, you stop being friends or stuff like that, it hurts. Because like somebody that you trusted and loved and wanted to be around and liked and just loved them as a person, had all these plans for your futures, when you start suddenly, or not so suddenly, talking and not being friends, it hurts so much. Like, it genuinely, it actually like breaks my heart. Especially when it happens a few times. It's just like, oh, am I the problem? And I promise you're not. That's another thing I've learned in 2024 is that not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to want to be your friend, and not everybody's going to stay your friend, but that's okay, and the problem's not you. That's just sometimes how life works. Like, I've had friendship breakups with people in the past, and it's just like, well, actually, that situation probably wasn't the best. You probably weren't the best people for each other, especially when it's a situation where it's just like you're both hurt over things outside the friendships. You come into the friendship, and it's like, oh, I can tell you all my problems and all my insecurities and stuff like this. You can tell me all of yours. So it ended up just being like a mix and match of brokenness and of insecurities and stuff like that. And it's nice to share that with your friends, and it's like nice to have somebody to kind of lean on. But when that's all you're going to that friend to, and all you're doing is talking about all the things going wrong in your life, I found in my friendships that were like that, it just didn't work because we ended up just creating a space that was miserable and not happy, and it just wasn't nice. So sometimes friendships are okay to end, and sometimes they can still hurt. And sorry, just need to message my mum back. Yeah, but sometimes when it comes to friends, when you start being friends, it's honestly like the thoughts you go through, it's just like, oh, I hate them, oh wait, was it me? Like, it's just like the 5 stages of grief. Do you know what I mean? It's awful. Especially when it's just like, you probably shouldn't have that person in your life, but then they left again. And I realised in 2024, it's just like, well, people can be nice, people can be a great person, they might not be a great friend. They might not be your friend, if that makes sense. They might not be your people. Like, I've met people as well that, like, we've got on really well, been really, really close, but, like, I'm just better suited with some of my other friends. They're better suited with some of their other friends, but then, like, those friends don't mix. So it's like, I get along really well with that person, but we're not necessarily best of friends, and that's fine as well. And sometimes you have friends just to say to your life to just throughout secondary, throughout certain classes, and you drift apart, and that's fine. It's not your fault if Okay, right. It's not your fault if you lose friends and break up, but at the same time, if you stop being friends with people and you want to still be friends with them, you can reach out and contact them, and nothing's stopping you. Nothing's stopping you from sending a text to be like, "Hi, hope you're right. I know we haven't spoken in a while. Do you fancy meeting up for a coffee? Do you fancy just going on a walk?" There's nothing stopping you if you want to be friends with, even if it's been like a year or two. Just message them, see how they are, and say hi. And I know it's weird with social media because like sometimes just like, oh, but I know how so and so is because I've seen their Instagram stories. Like, actually, have you had that conversation? Have you spoken to them? Do you actually know how they feel? Because that's another thing that I guess I've kind of learned is that people that I'm like, oh, it's a shame that we've drifted apart. I have their number in social medias. I can literally just pick up the phone, send a text like, "Are you alright? Fancy, are you free this Saturday? Do you want to go out?" Takes what, 2 seconds. So keep that in mind as well. But honestly, you'll be fine. People leave, friendships end, everything will be okay. You'll find new friends. You're amazing, you're great, and if people can't see how great and wonderful you are, that's their loss, not yours. And if people don't treat you nice and they don't want you around, and they don't act like they want to be your friend, leave them. Like, a lesson that I've literally learned in the last like week. So, right, let me explain first. So I'm having a party for my 18th in March. And to be fair, I did message this person in like October to see if they were free, what dates were free, because I haven't seen this person in a while, and it would mean a lot for me if they were there. So I messaged twice him just like on private messages. Got no response, not even a like to my messages, nothing. And then I sent the actual invite thing once actually knew the date in about January, a couple of weeks ago, and on a group that he's also in. He's seen the message, not a like or anything. So my best friend, who is also friend to this guy, has messaged him to be like, sent voice messages like, look, it's kind of rude that you're not responding to the invite. Right, there's other things going on with this person as well that has kind of just made us drift. But anyways, I really wanted him to come to my parties. Haven't seen him in a while, and he doesn't really message, which I'm trying not to say it's because he has a problem with me. We shall see. Um, but anyways, so he didn't respond to my invites, my messages, which honestly I find kind of rude because how are you not even saying thank you for inviting me? I'll try my best. How are you not lying? But my best friend messaged him anyways, basically like, look, Liv feels a bit upset, a bit like you're ignoring her. Can you please try and respond? This was Wednesday. He responded to me like, oh, I'm at work. I'm into the voice messages. I'll reply in a bit. Got to yesterday, still no response. So she messaged him again just to get the reply. Oh, you have a knack of, like, you have a talent of replying to me when I'm at work. Like, and he still hasn't responded to my invite. And it's just like, we've got to the point now. It's like, well, actually, the silence is a response. No response is a response. If he doesn't even want to say thank you for me inviting to my party and all of a sudden lose all his manners, I don't actually want him to come. It's just like, actually, if you're going to be stupid and a bit rude and disrespectful and not even say thank you or not even say, oh, thank you so much for inviting me, I'd love to come, then I don't want you around. And just like, this person literally used to say that me and my best friend were like sisters to him, and now he can't even say thanks for an invite. It's just, I think we've both learnt recently, it's like, actually, we're gonna stop chasing him to be friends with us, because there's this is like the fifth thing that's happened now that has kind of made us be like, are you really our friend? So we're just both like, well, we're not going to chase him to be our friend if he doesn't want to, and if he doesn't want to have a conversation with us to say, hi, this, like, I don't want to be your friend because this, and this, or like, I don't want to be your friend because I feel like I've moved on in my life and I'm at a different stage in my life, then actually, I don't think I want to be his friend. And like, it would be great for closure to be told, oh, this is why I don't want to be friends with you. This is why I feel like we're drifting. Even if it's like I don't want to fix it, so that's just I've kind of come to terms with it. I'd rather be told that. So, and I'll be honest, another lessons learned. I've said that a lot today, but I could probably do that myself. Do that. I know, like, let's say grounded. This is why we sit on the floor, so be honest and grounded. But I love how I just said, like, This is probably my karma. I love how I just said, oh, it would be great to have a conversation. But there's a girl that I don't want to be friends with anymore that I have left undelivered since New Year's Eve. And I know the message is Happy New Year's, but I decided not to reply because I didn't want to be a friend anymore. But now it's too long for me to reply, and now I don't know what to do or say. So, to be fair, if she asked me or messaged me again, I'd explain. But I feel like I've left it too long now. Which, honestly, I should probably fix that. I should probably actually message her and be like, hi, so sorry, don't want to be friends more, especially because I think one of my friends is also having a birthday party in March. And I think the girl that I have left undelivered is going to be there. So I should probably sort myself out and fix the situation before it's worse when I see him in person. Well, it's okay. Lessons learned, I guess. But if people don't want to be your friend, it's not your fault. It's fine. And also, you can get along with somebody and think they're okay and think they're a nice person and not want to go out with them and not want to be the person they lean on and not want to be in their life. You can think somebody's a cool person and nice, but not want to actually be your friend because you might have your reasons, they might have their reasons. It's fine. So I hope you kind of understand. I hope you all kind of understood what I was on about just. And I hope you will have an amazing, wonderful week. Next episode should be out by next Monday, which is the 17th of February. Don't know why I couldn't say February then, but hope you all have a wonderful week. I love you all so, so, so much. Thank you all for listening. Again, have a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye bye.